Lily Scott was an ordinary mechanic on the mining vessel Starfall when everything in her life changed forever. She never imagined being the one human who would impress the most powerful alien species in the galaxy. But fate had other plans for her. The Starfall was a massive ship designed to extract valuable minerals from asteroids. Lily spent her days fixing broken equipment and maintaining the engines she loved, working with her hands, solving problems that others found too complex. Her small frame and nimble fingers allowed her to reach parts of machinery that larger crew members could not access. This made her invaluable to the operation, despite her young age of 25. Captain Olivia Torres respected Lily for her skills, and often said the ship would fall apart without her quick thinking and technical knowledge. The other crew members, Kate Wilson, Samantha Green, and Patricia Moore, all worked well together, forming a tight bond during their 3 years in deep space. They were more like family than co-workers, sharing meals, stories, and dreams of what they would do when they returned to Earth. The trouble began when the ship encountered an unexpected asteroid storm while passing through the Andromeda sector. Warnings blared throughout the vessel as rocks the size of small buildings pummeled their hull. Lily raced to the engine room as the captain tried to navigate through the dangerous field. "We need more power to the shields," Captain Torres yelled through the communication system. Lily worked frantically, rerouting energy from non-essential systems. Sweat dripped from her forehead as she connected wires and bypassed damaged circuits. She could feel the ship shuddering around her as more asteroids struck. "Their hull, the main power coupling, is fried," she reported. "I can give you 50% shield capacity, but that's it." It wasn't enough. A massive asteroid twice the size of their ship appeared directly in their path. Captain Torres tried to maneuver around it, but the damaged engines responded too slowly. The asteroid clipped the starboard side, tearing through the outer hull and damaging critical navigation systems. Emergency landing protocols initiated, the ship's computer announced in its calm voice, "Seeking nearest habitable planet." The crew strapped themselves into crash positions as the Starfall plummeted toward an unknown blue planet. The ship entered the atmosphere, trailing smoke and debris. Lily clutched her harness, closing her eyes, as the ground rushed up to meet them. With a deafening crash, they collided with the surface, sliding across a field of purple grass before coming to a stop. When Lily regained consciousness, she found the bridge in chaos. Warning lights flashed and smoke filled the air. Captain Torres was checking on injured crew members while Kate tried to assess the damage to their system's status report. The captain demanded. Patricia looked up from the scanner, her face pale. "The engines are completely destroyed. Communications array is offline. Life support is functioning at minimal capacity. We have no way to call for help or leave this planet." Lily unbuckled herself and stood on shaky legs. "Where are we?" Samantha pointed to the navigation screen. "Planet designation: Satha unexplored class. M atmosphere. Breathable air but unknown biological hazards. No human has ever set foot here before." They gathered what supplies they could and prepared to explore their surroundings. Captain Torres insisted they stay together, not knowing what dangers might await them outside. When they opened the main hatch, they stepped into a world of vibrant colors. The sky was a deep purple with 2 small moons visible even in daylight. The vegetation glowed with bioluminescence in shades of blue and green. Lily took a deep breath. The air was clean and sweet with a hint of something like cinnamon. It was beautiful but eerie in its alienness. They had walked less than a mile from their ship when they saw them. Tall, elegant beings, with shimmering blue skin, approached from the forest. Their movements were fluid, almost like they were floating rather than walking. They had no visible ears, but their eyes were large and sparkled like diamonds. Their bodies were slender, yet clearly powerful, with long, graceful limbs. There were 5 of them, all appearing female, with flowing silver hair that seemed to move on its own. The humans froze, uncertain whether to run or attempt communication. One of the aliens stepped forward. She stood, at least 7 feet tall, towering over even Captain Torres. Her eyes studied them with obvious intelligence. "Who are you, and why have you invaded our world?" Her voice didn't come as sound, but rather appeared directly in their minds, making the humans gasp in surprise. Captain Torres stepped forward. "I am Captain Olivia Torres of the mining vessel, Starfall. We mean no harm. Our ship was damaged and we were forced to make an emergency landing. We seek only temporary shelter while we repair our vessel. The alien woman tilted her head, studying them. I am Zara, head of the Zethian High Council. You have landed near our sacred temple grounds. This is forbidden to outsiders. The other crew members shifted nervously, but Lily watched the aliens with fascination. They were clearly advanced far beyond human technology. Their clothing seemed to shimmer and change colors, adapting to the environment. She noticed small devices on their wrists that pulsed with energy. Zara continued her telepathic communication. You will come with us. The council will decide your fate. They had little choice but to follow. The aliens led them through the forest to a magnificent city of crystal and living plants. Buildings spiraled toward the sky with no visible supports or joints. Everything seemed to be grown rather than built. Water flowed through transparent channels, providing energy and life to the structures. As they walked, Lily observed more of the aliens. All the taller ones appeared female, while smaller blue-skinned beings with shorter hair tended gardens and cared for children. These smaller aliens were clearly male but subservient to the females who held positions of authority and leadership. The humans were brought to a vast chamber where 7 tall, female Zethians sat in a semicircle, their eyes all fixed on the strange visitors with mixed expressions of curiosity and disdain. Humans, Zara spoke to the council. These creatures crashed their primitive vessel near the Temple of Eternal Light. They claim it was an accident. Another council member stood. Her skin was darker blue, almost purple, and her eyes narrowed as she studied them. Humans are known to be destructive and chaotic. Their wars and environmental damage on their own world are legendary. They cannot be trusted. Captain Torres tried to defend them. We mean no harm. We only wish to repair our ship and leave. The council member laughed, a sound like tinkling crystal. Their technology is primitive. Look at them. So fragile, so weak. Their lifespans are nothing compared to ours. Why should we not simply eliminate them now? Their deaths would be merciful compared to their short, brutish lives. The other crew members trembled, but Lily found herself stepping forward. She looked directly into Zara's glowing eyes, feeling a strange connection to the alien leader. Because we may be physically weaker, but humans have something you might find valuable. We solve problems in ways you never considered. We adapt. We survive against all odds when faced. With impossible situations, we find a way through. It's what makes us human. Zara tilted her head, studying Lily with new interest. The smaller human showed no fear, despite being obviously outmatched. This was unusual behavior for what the Zethians considered a lesser species. Prove your worth, little human, Zara challenged. Show us this problem-solving ability you claim. The darker-skinned council member named Kira scoffed, but Zara raised her hand, silencing her colleague. A challenge. Then the council will give you one opportunity to demonstrate your value. If you fail, your kind will be imprisoned until we decide your ultimate fate. Lily looked back at her crewmates, seeing fear in their eyes, but also trust. They had relied on her ingenuity countless times before. The captain gave a slight nod, encouraging her to continue. Lily turned back to the aliens. What is the challenge? Zara stood, her tall frame casting a shadow over the human. For centuries, our temple has been powered by an ancient device created by our ancestors. For the past 50 years, it has failed to function. Our greatest minds have been unable to repair it. This has weakened our connection to our ancestors and threatens our spiritual foundation. Fix this device by tomorrow, sunrise, and we will consider allowing you to repair your ship and leave our world. The stakes were set. Lily would have one chance to prove humanity's worth on this alien world. As the Zethians led them to their sacred temple, she wondered what challenge awaited her there, and if her mechanical skills would be enough to save her friends. A month passed on planet Zetha, with the human crew making remarkable progress in both repairing their ship and building relations with the Zethians. Lily had become something of a celebrity among the alien females, who were fascinated by her mechanical intuition and creative problem-solving. She had been invited into laboratories and workshops that no outsider had ever seen before, learning secrets of Zethian technology while sharing human engineering principles. Captain Torres had established Formal diplomatic protocols with the Council creating the framework for what might become the first human alliance with an advanced alien civilization. Kate focused on cultural exchange, documenting Zethian history and social structures, while Samantha and Patricia assisted with the ship repairs incorporating alien technology that would make the Starfall twice as powerful as before. But beneath the surface of cooperation tension was building Kira, the council member who had opposed human presence. From the beginning had gathered supporters. Her faction believed that humans were dangerous, unpredictable, and would eventually bring destruction to their peaceful world. They watched from the shadows, documenting every interaction and planning their response one evening. As Lily worked late in the temple engine room, Zara approached her. The tall alien moved silently, her flowing silver robe shimmering in the blue light of the chamber. "You work too hard," Zara observed. "Even our engineers." Rest. Lily looked up from the component she was modifying and smiled. "I enjoy it. This technology of yours is fascinating. The way you combine mechanical systems with living elements, I've never seen anything like it." Zara sat beside her on the crystal bench, her height making her tower over the human even when seated. "I have been studying your species through our historical archives. We have observed Earth from afar for centuries." This surprised Lily. "You know about us," Zara nodded. "We know much about many worlds. Though we rarely interact, we prefer isolation. It keeps our society pure and protected. But your arrival has caused much debate among my people. Some believe it is time for Zetha to engage with other worlds. Others fear the consequences." There was concern in her voice that Lily hadn't heard before. "Is something wrong?" "The council is divided." Kira gains support daily. "She argues that your presence threatens our way of life. She fears you will return to Earth with knowledge of our world, bringing more humans who will exploit our resources and disrupt our harmony." Lily put down her tools. "I understand her concerns. Humans don't have the best history when it comes to encountering new cultures, but Captain Torres has been clear about our intentions. We seek friendship, not conquest." Zara looked troubled. "I believe your intentions are good, but Kira speaks of your species, not you individuals. She has accessed records of human conflicts, environmental damage on your world, exploitation of resources. She uses these to paint all humans as destructive." Before Lily could respond, an alarm sounded throughout the temple. The lights pulsed red, and a telepathic message broadcast to all Zethians. Lily could sense its presence but couldn't understand the content. "What is it?" she asked. Zara stood abruptly, her expression grave. "Orbital sensors have detected an approaching vessel. It is not of Zethian design." The council chamber was in chaos when they arrived. All 7 council members were present, along with Captain Torres and the human crew. The captain looked worried as she saw Lily enter with Zara. "A ship has entered the system," she explained. "It's using Starfall access codes. But it's not one of ours." The main crystal display in the center of the chamber showed a vessel approaching Zetha. It was larger than the Starfall, with a sleek, predatory design that Lily immediately recognized. "That's a Terran military vessel," she said with disbelief. "But what are they doing here?" Kira stepped forward, her dark blue skin almost purple with anger. "This is what I warned about," she hissed. "They have called their warriors to claim our world." "No," Captain Torres protested. "We haven't contacted anyone. Our communications array was destroyed in the crash." "Then how did they find you?" Kira demanded. "They are heading directly for your crash site." Zara raised her hand for silence. "The vessel will reach orbit in 2 hours. We must decide how to respond." Lily felt a chill run through her. The appearance of a military ship threatened everything they had built with the Zethians. Why would Earth forces be searching for them? The mining operation wasn't important enough to warrant military rescue. "We need to contact them," Captain Torres said. "They might not know the situation here." Kira laughed bitterly. "You wish to invite your warriors to our world." The captain stood her ground. "Those are my people, just as these are yours. I need to explain that we come in peace. Otherwise, they might misinterpret your technology as hostile." The council debated while the humans watched anxiously. Finally, Zara made her decision. We will allow limited communication with the approaching vessel. Captain Torres will explain the situation and request that they remain in orbit en retro. Representative may shuttle down to verify your crew's safety. No weapons will be permitted. The captain nodded. That seems reasonable. Kira stormed from the chamber, her supporters following close behind. Lily watched them go, feeling uneasy about the division they were causing among the Zethians. The communication was established using Zethian technology. The face that appeared on the crystal display was unfamiliar to Lily. A stern woman with short gray hair and the insignia of a Terran fleet. Commander, this is Commander Diana Walsh of the TMS Valiant. We detected the emergency beacon of mining vessel Starfall and have come to investigate. Are you Captain Olivia Torres? The captain stepped forward. Yes, Commander. Thank you for responding. To our distress call, though. We weren't aware it was still transmitting. My crew and I are safe. We crashed on this planet a month ago and have been working with the native species to repair our vessel. The commander's expression remained neutral. We detected unusual energy signatures from the planet's surface. Our orders are to extract your crew and gather intelligence on any alien technology encountered. Lily noticed how the Zethian council members stiffened at these words. Zara stepped into view of the communication display. I am Zara, head of the Zethian High Council. Your people are here as our guests, not prisoners. We have assisted with their repairs and established diplomatic relations. We welcome peaceful contact but will not permit military action on our world. Commander Walsh studied the tall alien with obvious interest. This is an unexpected development. The Terran Confederation has no record of contact with your species. We have avoided contact until now. Zara replied, We value our privacy. The commander nodded. I understand, Captain Torres. We will maintain orbit. You may continue repairs. One shuttle will be dispatched with supplies and to verify your status. No weapons as requested. When the communication ended, the tension in the chamber remained. Lily could see that the Zethians didn't trust the military vessel, and honestly, neither did she. Mining operations like theirs were considered low priority. Sending a military ship for rescue seemed excessive. Captain Torres seemed to share her concerns. That was odd. She murmured, military rescue for a mining crew. Zara turned to them. I sense you are troubled by this development. The captain nodded. A standard rescue would send another mining vessel or a small transport, not a military ship. Something else is happening here. Kate stepped forward. Is it possible they detected your technology? The energy signature from the temple, perhaps. Zara exchanged glances with other council members. The heart of Zetha does produce a unique energy signature. Especially since it was reactivated, Lily felt a growing sense of dread. What if the ship had come for Zethian technology, not for them? The Terran military was always searching for advanced weapons and defenses. What better source than an ancient alien civilization? We need to be careful, she said to Captain Torres. The commander seemed too interested in the energy signatures. The captain agreed. We should meet their shuttle but control what they see. 6 hours later, the military shuttle descended to a landing area away from both the city and the crashed Starfall. The humans waited with a small contingent of Zethians, including Zara. The shuttle was small, clearly designed for reconnaissance rather than transport. When the door opened, a single human emerged. A woman in a Terran military uniform with lieutenant insignia. She was tall for a human with short blonde hair and sharp features. She carried no visible weapons, but her posture suggested combat training. Lieutenant Laura Dixon. She introduced herself, bringing supplies and communications equipment for the stranded crew. She looked at the Zethians with poorly concealed fascination. Commander Walsh sends greetings to your council and hopes for productive dialogue. Zara acknowledged the greeting with characteristic grace. But Lily noticed how the alien leader kept her distance, her posture subtly defensive. They brought the lieutenant to a small meeting chamber in the outer ring of the temple city, far from the heart of Zetha and other sensitive areas. She asked many questions about the aliens, their technology, their history. Captain Torres answered, carefully emphasizing the peaceful nature of their contact and the cultural exchange. Lieutenant Dixon seemed particularly interested in the temple. What powers your city? The energy readings we detected were off the charts. Ancient technology. Zara replied without elaboration. We have harnessed the natural energy of our world. The lieutenant smiled. That sounds fascinating. I'd love to see your power source. It is sacred to our people, Zara said. Not accessible to outsiders. The sacred temple of the Zethians was unlike anything Lily had ever seen. The structure was not built, but grown from living crystal that hummed with energy. The walls pulsed with soft blue light, and the ceiling opened to the alien sky where 3 moons now hung in formation. Zara led Lily and her crew through winding corridors that seemed to shift and change as they walked. Captain Torres stayed close to Lily, while Kate, Samantha, and Patricia followed behind, eyeing the strange architecture, with a mixture of wonder and fear. This temple has stood for 10,000 years. Zara explained, her telepathic voice echoing in their minds. It is the center of our civilization, the place where we commune with our ancestors and draw wisdom from those who came before. They entered a vast circular chamber in the heart of the temple. At its center stood a complex device unlike anything the humans had seen before. It was partly mechanical, with gears and pistons, but also contained crystals and flowing, liquid metal parts that seemed alive. The machine was approximately 15 feet tall with a central core that should have glowed, but now sat dark and silent. This is the heart of Zetha, Zara said, placing her hand on the cold metal surface. For generations, it powered our temple, allowing us to connect with our ancestors and channel the energy of our world. 50 years ago, it began to fail. Our scientists and engineers have tried everything to restore it. Nothing has worked. Lily approached the machine, cautiously studying its unusual design. She could recognize some components that resembled Earth technology, but others were completely foreign. What does it do exactly? She asked. It harnesses the natural energy of our planet, converting it into a form that sustains our telepathic abilities and connects us to our ancestral plane. Without it, our connection weakens. Our history fades. Our culture dies. Zara looked at Lily with intensity. You have until sunrise to make it function again. Fail and your people will never leave Zetha. With that, Zara and the other Zethians left the chamber, stationing guards at the entrance. The human crew gathered around the mysterious device. This is impossible, Kate whispered. This technology is thousands of years, beyond anything we've ever seen. How are we supposed to fix something we don't understand? Captain Torres placed a hand on Lily's shoulder. You're the best mechanic I've ever known. If anyone can figure this out, it's you. What do you need from us? Lily circled, the device examining it from every angle. She noticed patterns in the design elements that seemed familiar despite the alien technology. I need tools, she said. My repair kit from the ship and any scanning equipment we salvaged. Patricia and Samantha volunteered to return to the crash site with a Zethian escort to retrieve the necessary equipment. While they were gone, Lily continued her examination. The captain watched her with concern. Do you really think you can fix this? Lily traced a series of pipes that connected to the central core, I think. So this reminds me of old combustion engines I used to repair in my father's garage. The principles might be different, but machines follow logical patterns. I just need to understand how this one works. When Patricia and Samantha returned with her tools, Lily immediately set to work. She used a portable scanner to analyze the internal structure of the device. The readings were unusual, but revealed blockages in several key systems. This isn't just a mechanical problem, she explained to her crew. It's like the energy flow is interrupted somewhere. Through the night, Lily worked tirelessly. She stripped down accessible components and cleaned them, rebuilding connections and replacing damaged parts with materials from their ship. The Zethian technology was advanced, but the principles of pressure flow and friction still applied. Even the most sophisticated machine could fail because of simple mechanical problems. As hours passed, Lily began to understand the device better. The liquid metal that flowed through its systems was similar to mercury, but alive in some way. It responded to heat and electrical current, changing its properties. The crystals appeared to be energy amplifiers focusing the power generated by the mechanical components. By early morning, Lily had reconfigured the main power distribution system and cleaned the flow channels for the living metal. She replaced damaged crystal segments with similar ones from less critical areas. Her hands were covered in cuts and strange blue fluid, but she continued working as dawn approached. The others took turns assisting and resting, but Lily refused to stop. She felt a strange connection to the machine, as if it were communicating with her through its design. The solution was becoming clearer with every component she examined. When the first light of the alien sun began to filter through the temple ceiling, Zara and the council returned. Their expressions were skeptical as they approached the still silent machine. "Your time is up, human," Kira announced with satisfaction. "I knew these primitive creatures would fail." "Wait," Lily said, raising her hand. "Give me one more moment." She connected the final circuit and adjusted the flow valve for the living metal. Then she placed her hands on two crystal nodes that she had identified as activation points. The machine hummed beneath her touch, vibrating with renewed energy. Something was happening. The living metal began to flow, faster, changing from silver to bright gold. The crystals illuminated one by one, forming a pattern of light that spiraled upward through the machine. The central core, which had been dark for decades, suddenly pulsed with brilliant blue energy. A beam of light shot upward, connecting with the temple ceiling and spreading outward until the entire structure glowed. The Zethians gasped collectively, dropping to their knees as the energy washed over them. Zara closed her eyes, her face transformed with wonder and joy. "The ancestors, their voices," she whispered. "We can hear them again." The machine continued to power up systems throughout the temple, activating dormant technology and filling the air with a harmonious tone that made the humans' skin tingle. Even they could feel the energy, though they lacked the telepathic abilities to interpret it. "How did you succeed where our greatest minds failed?" Zara asked when she finally recovered from the initial shock. Lily wiped sweat from her forehead and smiled. "Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. Your people were looking for complex solutions using advanced technology. You forgot the basic principles. The main problem was buildup of mineral deposits in the flow channels for your living metal, combined with crystal misalignment from years of subtle ground movement. All I did was clean the system, recalibrate the flow, and realign the energy focus." The council members conferred among themselves, speaking in their own language, which did not translate telepathically. Zara approached Lily again, this time with respect in her glowing eyes. "You have wisdom. We lack. Perhaps humans are not as inferior as we believed. Your species thinks differently. You see patterns we miss. Your creativity serves you well where our logical minds fail." Lily felt pride swell within her but remained humble. "I just did what I know how to do. Fix things." "The council has reached a decision," Zara announced. "You have earned our respect. Human, this is not something we grant easily. Your people may remain on Zetha while you repair your vessel. We will provide assistance and resources." Captain Torres stepped forward. "Thank you for your generosity. We won't forget this." "There is more," Zara continued. "We propose an exchange of knowledge. Your human ingenuity for our advanced technology. A partnership that could benefit both our worlds." The other council members nodded in agreement. Even Kira, though she still watched the humans with caution. The captain looked to her crew, who nodded enthusiastically. "We would be honored to learn from your people." And so began the first alliance between humans and Zethians. The crew of the Starfall were given comfortable quarters within the temple city. Lily spent her days working with Zethian engineers, learning their technology while teaching them human approaches to problem solving. The aliens were fascinated by human intuition and creativity abilities they had evolved beyond in their pursuit of logic and order. Lily found herself working closely with Zara. The tall alien leader was thousands of years old, yet possessed a curiosity about humans that surprised her council members. She asked endless questions about Earth culture, human emotions, and how humans approached challenges. Why? Do you persist even when logic indicates failure is certain? Zara asked one evening as they walked through the bioluminescent gardens of the temple. Lily considered the question. Because sometimes logic doesn't account for all possibilities. Sometimes, you have to try the impossible to discover it was possible all along. Zara seemed troubled by this answer. It is inefficient. Your species expends energy on futile pursuits. Not always futile, Lily countered. If we hadn't tried to fix your temple machine, against all logical odds we'd be your prisoners now instead of your allies. The alien conceded this point with a slight nod. Her silver hair shimmered in the moonlight as she studied Lily with those diamond eyes. Perhaps there is wisdom in illogical persistence. As weeks passed, the humans made progress repairing their ship with Zethian assistance. The aliens provided advanced materials that would make the starfall stronger than before. Captain Torres maintained regular communication with the Council, establishing diplomatic protocols for future contact between their worlds. But not all Zethians welcomed the human presence. Kira and her followers believed the aliens were a threat to their way of life. They watched from the shadows, planning to ensure these humans would never return to their world with knowledge of Zetha. Lily awoke to the gentle hum of Zethian healing technology. The blue light pulsed around her, matching the rhythm of her heartbeat. She tried to sit up but found her body weak and unresponsive. Be still, a familiar telepathic voice instructed. Your system is still recovering from the neural disruptor. Zara sat beside the healing pod, her silver hair flowing around her tall frame. Her diamond eyes showed concern as she monitored the human vital signs. What happened? Lily managed to ask, her throat dry and voice raspy. You were attacked by the human lieutenant, Zara explained. We found you unconscious near their shuttle. When you did not return to the meeting, Captain Torres became concerned and organized a search. The lieutenant claimed you had attempted to steal technology from their vessel. Anger flared in Lily as memories returned. She was scanning me. She has weapons on that shuttle. They aren't here for rescue. Zara nodded. We suspected as much. The Council has confined the lieutenant to quarters. While we investigate, her shuttle has been secured, though we have not examined its contents. We respect the property of your people. Despite our suspicions, Lily tried again to sit up this time. Succeeding with Zara's assistance, they want your technology. The energy signature from the heart of Zetha caught their attention. The rescue was just an excuse to investigate. The alien leader seemed troubled, but not surprised. Our history contains many examples of technological species seeking to exploit others. It is why we have remained isolated for so long. How long was I unconscious? Lily asked. 3 of your Earth days, Zara replied. The neural technology they used was sophisticated, designed to erase short-term memory. Most humans would have lost all recollection of the encounter. Your neural pathways are unusually resilient. The door to the healing chamber slid open, and Captain Torres entered with Kate, Patricia, and Samantha, following close behind. Relief washed over their faces when they saw Lily awake. Thank goodness, the captain exclaimed, approaching the pod. We were worried about you. What happened with the lieutenant? Lily asked. Torres' expression darkened. Commander Walsh claims Lieutenant Dixon was acting without authorization. She has requested the lieutenant be returned to the Valiant for disciplinary action. And you're believing that? Lily asked incredulously. The captain shook her head. No, but we're in a delicate position. The Valiant outguns anything we have. If they decide to take aggressive action, we would defend ourselves, Zara interjected calmly. Our technology may be ancient, but it is not primitive. We have protected Zetha from threats for millennia. Lily looked between them, sensing the tension. What about their shuttle? Did you find the weapons, the scanning equipment? Captain Torres nodded. We did. The shuttle was carrying advanced scanning technology, capable of mapping the entire temple complex. The weapons were disruptors not designed to kill, but to incapacitate. They wanted to study your technology without resistance. The Council has been in emergency session. Zara explained. Kira and her faction are calling for immediate action against the orbiting vessel. They see this as confirmation of their fears about humans. Others counsel patience, diplomatic resolution. We are divided. Lily struggled to her feet. Despite Zara's protests, she stood swaying slightly as her body adjusted. Do you trust me, Zara? The alien leader tilted her head, studying Lily with those penetrating eyes. Yes. Though my trust in humans as a species has been damaged, I believe in you. Lily Scott. Then let me talk to Commander Walsh. Lily suggested, not as a representative of Earth or the mining company, but as someone who understands both sides. I might be able to reach her. Captain Torres looked doubtful. The commander hadn't exactly been forthcoming, but she has taken hostile action. Either, Lily pointed out. She could have sent more forces or attempted to extract the lieutenant. That suggests she is open to dialogue. Zara considered this. The council may agree to a communication. But what will you say? Lily took a deep breath. The truth that Zethian technology isn't a weapon to be stolen or exploited. That a peaceful exchange would benefit both worlds more than theft or deception. That the first contact between our species shouldn't be marked by mistrust. The communication was arranged. Lily stood before the crystal display in the council chamber with Zara and Captain Torres. At her sides, the other council members watched from their seats, including Kira, whose dark eyes burned with suspicion. Commander Walsh appeared on the screen, her expression neutral. When she saw Lily, her eyebrows lifted slightly. Mechanic Scott, I was told you were injured. I was attacked by your lieutenant. Lily replied directly. But that's not why I'm contacting you. I want to talk about why you're really here. The commander maintained her composure. I came to rescue a stranded mining crew. Lily shook her head. No, you detected an energy signature unlike anything in Terran records and came to investigate. The rescue was convenient cover. The scanning equipment and neural disruptors on your shuttle confirmed that you wanted to map Zethian technology. Without their knowledge or consent, for a moment Commander Walsh was silent. Then her professional mask slipped, revealing a harder expression. You're more observant than most mechanics. What exactly do you want? I want you to understand what you're risking, Lily said. The Zethians have technology beyond anything we possess, but they're not defenseless. They protected their world for thousands of years before humans even achieved spaceflight. If you force this confrontation, you won't win. The commander leaned forward. And yet here you are speaking on their behalf. Why not let them speak for themselves? Because I understand both sides, Lily explained. You see advanced technology and think of weapons, shields, power sources. But their technology is integrated with their culture, their spirituality, their connection to their ancestors. The heart of Zetha isn't just a power source, it's the center of their civilization. Attempting to steal or copy it would be like trying to steal a culture commander. Walsh studied her with new interest. What are you proposing? A genuine alliance, Lily said. Not based on theft or deception, but mutual respect and exchange. They've already helped us repair our ship, incorporating some of their technology. They did this freely, because we earned their trust. Their knowledge could advance Earth science by centuries, but only if we're worthy of receiving it. The commander considered this for a long moment. And if I refuse, if I decide this technology is too valuable to leave to chance, then you'll never get it. Zara spoke, her telepathic voice resonating with ancient power. Our defenses would activate long before your weapons could reach our surface. What you detect as energy signatures are merely echoes of our true capabilities. We have remained isolated by choice, Commander, not by necessity. The tension in the communication was palpable as human and alien locked eyes across the void of space. Finally, Commander Walsh nodded. I need to consult with my superiors. This situation has moved beyond my authority to resolve alone. I request 24 hours to establish new parameters for contact. When the communication ended, the council chamber erupted in debate. The Zethians argued among themselves, some supporting Lily's approach, others backing Kira's call for defensive measures. Captain Torres pulled Lily aside. That was risky, she said quietly. You basically confirmed they were right about the value of the technology. Lily nodded. I know, but honesty is our only path forward. Deception. Got us into this mess, it won't get us out. Zara approached them, her tall frame casting a shadow over the humans. The council remains divided, but your words have given the moderates hope. Lily Scott, you speak with wisdom beyond your years. Over the next day, preparations were made for either outcome. The Zethians activated ancient defense systems dormant for centuries, while the humans worked to complete essential repairs to the Starfall. If negotiations failed, they would need to leave quickly. Lily spent the time with Zara learning more about the heart of Zetha and its significance to their culture. The machine was more than technology. It was alive in some fundamental way, responding to the collective consciousness of the Zethians. Their civilization had evolved alongside it, developing in harmony with its energy, rather than exploiting it. 24 hours later, Commander Walsh requested another communication. This time she was not alone. An older human woman with the insignia of a Terran Confederation diplomat appeared beside her. This is Ambassador Helen Carter representing the Terran Diplomatic Corps, the commander introduced. The situation has been elevated to diplomatic channels. The ambassador spoke, her voice measured and formal. We extend official greetings to the Zethian High Council. This unexpected contact presents both challenge and opportunity. The Confederation acknowledges the sovereign rights of the Zethian people and seeks to establish formal diplomatic relations. Kira scoffed. After attempting to steal our technology. Ambassador Carter did not flinch from the accusation. The actions of Lieutenant Dixon were unauthorized and represent a serious breach of protocol. She will face consequences. The Terran Confederation apologizes for this violation of trust and seeks to make amends. Zara stood her full height, impressive even through the communication display. What do you propose? A formal treaty, Ambassador Carter replied, establishing boundaries for contact cultural exchange and limited technology sharing. Both our civilizations would benefit while maintaining appropriate protections. We suggest beginning with a diplomatic mission to establish parameters. 3 months passed on Zetha as Lily adjusted to her new role as ambassador. The diplomatic mission from Earth was scheduled to arrive within days, and preparations were underway throughout the Temple City. The Zethians had transformed their central gathering space into a meeting hall that would accommodate both species comfortably. With adjustments for the height differences and environmental needs, Lily had spent these months learning Zethian culture, language, and customs under Zara's guidance. The tall alien leader had become more than a mentor. She was now a friend. Their daily walks through the bioluminescent gardens provided opportunities for deeper understanding as Lily shared human perspectives, and Zara explained the ancient wisdom of her people. Today they stood on a crystal balcony overlooking the vast blue forests that surrounded the city. The 3 moons of Zetha were visible in the daylight sky, creating a spectacular visual effect as their light filtered through the atmosphere. You seemed troubled, Zara observed. Her telepathic voice had become familiar to Lily, who had learned to distinguish the subtle nuances of Zethian communication. Lily nodded. The diplomatic mission arrives tomorrow. I can't help worrying about what might happen. The Terran Confederation has never encountered a civilization like yours before. They might not understand the cultural significance of your technology. Zara placed a gentle hand on Lily's shoulder. You have prepared them well. Your reports and recommendations have provided context for our ways, but you are right to be concerned. Understanding across species is never simple, especially when technology is involved. What if they try to take advantage of your willingness to share knowledge? Lily asked. Humans can be greedy, always wanting more than what's offered. The alien's diamond eyes studied her with that ancient patience that made Lily feel like a child despite being in her 20s. All species capable of achieving space travel have experienced similar challenges: greed, exploitation, the temptation to advance without wisdom. These are not uniquely human traits. We Zethians faced them in our distant past. This surprised Lily. You never mentioned that. Zara turned her gaze to the distant mountains. Our histories speak of a time when Zethians were divided. Competing factions sought to control the heart technology for their own advancement. The resulting conflicts nearly destroyed our world. That is why our society evolved as it did, with an emphasis On harmony, balance, and the connection between technology and spirituality, we learned that advancement without wisdom leads to destruction. Lily considered this. It's hard to imagine your people at war. You seem so peaceful. We chose peace after experiencing. The alternative, Zara explained. It was not our natural state but a conscious evolution. We hope humans might learn this lesson without the suffering we endured. The conversation was interrupted by a young Zethian aide who approached with urgent news. Honored Council Leader. A vessel approaches earlier than expected. It does not match the diplomatic ship specifications. Zara and Lily exchanged concerned glances before hurrying to the council chamber, where the others had already gathered. The crystal display showed a small sleek ship entering Zethus atmosphere. It was clearly military in design with weapon ports visible along its hull. This is not the diplomatic vessel. Kira hissed, her dark blue skin flushing with anger. They deceive us again. Lily studied the ship design. It looks like a Terran special operations craft, but it doesn't make sense. The Confederation agreed to send civilian diplomats. Zara activated the communication array. Unidentified vessel, you are entering Zethian space without authorization. Identify yourself and your purpose. The screen remained dark, but a voice responded. We represent Terran interests. That is all you need to know. We will land at the coordinates of the original human crash site. Any interference will be considered hostile action. The transmission ended, leaving the council in stunned silence. Activate the defense systems, Kira demanded. They come as invaders, just as I predicted. Wait. Lily interjected. This doesn't align with the communication from Ambassador Carter. Something is wrong. I need to contact the Confederation directly. Zara nodded. The temple communications can reach Earth, but it will take time. While they prepared the long-range communication, the unidentified ship landed at the Starfall crash. Site Zethian scouts reported 6 humans emerging, all wearing military-grade exosuits that enhanced their strength and speed. They began setting up equipment around the perimeter. Lily paced anxiously as the communication attempt proceeded. Finally, the face of Ambassador Carter appeared on the screen. The delay made conversation difficult, but the ambassador seemed genuinely surprised by the news of the military vessel. That ship is not authorized by the Confederation, she insisted. The diplomatic mission is still 2 days from Zetha, and the vessel Harmony as agreed. This is a rogue operation. Who would have the resources for this? Lily asked. Carter looked grave. There are factions within the military-industrial complex that operate with significant autonomy. The technology you described in your reports would be extremely valuable. Lieutenant Dixon likely reported to one of these groups before her official debriefing. What should we do? Lily asked. The ship is already here. The ambassador's expression was grim. This is a violation of our agreement and Zethian sovereignty. You have every right to defend your world. I will alert Confederation authorities, but given the distance, help would arrive too late. I am sorry. Ambassador Scott, when the communication ended, the council was divided. Kara and her supporters called for immediate military response, while moderates urged caution. Zara looked to Lily. What do you suggest? She asked. Your understanding of your own people may provide insight. Lily thought. Carefully, these are likely mercenaries or Black Ops soldiers. Their goal will be to secure technology and leave quickly, not to start a war. They won't expect resistance because they believe Zethians are peaceful. They certainly won't expect a human to oppose them. Then we must surprise them. Zara decided a plan was formed. Lily would approach the intruders as a representative of the Zethian Council, appearing to negotiate, while Zethian defenders positioned themselves around the landing site. There, advanced cloaking technology would keep them hidden until needed. Lily was transported to the crash site by a small Zethian shuttle. Stepping onto the familiar ground where the Starfall had first landed felt strange now. The military vessel was smaller than she expected, but heavily armed. A perimeter of sensors had been established around it, and the 6 humans worked efficiently, setting up what appeared to be mining equipment. One of them, a tall man with a scarred face, approached as Lily walked into view. He wore an exosuit that made him nearly as tall as a Zethian female. His hand rested casually on a sidearm. Well, he said. A human wearing alien clothes. Interesting. You must be Scott the mechanic who went native. Lily kept her expression. Neutral. Lime. The designated representative of the Zethian High Council. I need to speak with whoever is in charge. The man smiled without warmth. You're speaking to him. Commander Vance, formerly of Terran Special Forces, currently private contractor. He gestured to the equipment behind him. We're conducting a resource assessment. We're authorized to extract samples of Zethian technology for analysis. By whom? Lily asked. The Confederation has no record of your mission. Vance shrugged. Our employers prefer to remain anonymous, but they have significant influence. Enough to ensure any complaints about our presence here will be lost in bureaucratic channels. He studied her with cold eyes. You can make this easy or difficult, Scott. Either help us identify the key technologies or stay out of the way. Lily stood her ground. I can't do that. The Zethians have offered to share knowledge through proper diplomatic channels. This isn't the way. The commander sighed dramatically. I was afraid you'd say that. He nodded to one of his team. A woman raised a weapon, pointing it at Lily, stun. We'll find what we're looking for ourselves before she could fire. Lily activated the signal device hidden in her clothing. The air around them shimmered as dozens of Zethian defenders appeared from camouflage. Their crystalline weapons hummed with energy as they surrounded the human intruders. Commander Vance looked around, his confidence faltering for the first time. Clever. But these peaceful aliens won't shoot. They value life too much. Zara stepped forward, her tall frame imposing even without weapons. You misunderstand us, human. We value life, but we will protect our world. Our weapons are designed to incapacitate, not kill, but the experience would be extremely unpleasant for your nervous system. She turned to his team members. Your commander has misled you. There is no authorized mission here. You face serious charges from your own government for this violation. One by one, the team members lowered their weapons. Only. Vance remained defiant. You can't stop progress, he spat. The technology on this world is too valuable to be controlled by aliens who don't even use it to its full potential. Lily approached him directly. You still don't understand. This isn't about technology. It's about respecting the culture. It's connected to the heart of Zetha. Isn't just a power source or a weapon. It's the spiritual center of an entire civilization. Stealing pieces of it would be like trying to steal pieces of a soul. For a moment, it seemed. Her words had no effect. Then the commander slowly lowered his weapon. Fine, he muttered. You win for now, but others will come. The corporations, the governments, they'll all want what this world has. Then we'll be ready, Lily said. And next time, you'll find humans and Zethians standing together to protect this world.